Hi there, Loy Machedo, speaking to you from loymachedo.com. Who's Loy Machedo? Think Personal Branding. For those of you who follow my channel and know me for a couple of years, know that I am into personal branding. So, you, you know that I give other people advice. So, now what advice would I have given myself? Let's say when I started my journey, or even today, what would be, let's say, 9 points? I wrote down nine, or what would be some of the points that I'd give myself. So I jotted down 9 points that I would want, let's say, a younger version of myself, or even today, I would personally follow. So listen to these 9 points and see which one resonates with you. And if you do feel like you have an idea or you have uh, another suggestion, feel free to comment down below because I do read your comments. So, without taking any more time, let's start with the 9 personal branding tips that I myself would follow or I'd give myself. The first one is never be overconfident. Remember this, you're not indispensable. I think sometimes what happens with us that we tend to live in our own bubble. There have been days where I've made lots of money, lots of money. Clients have just come in like not one, not two, like five a day. Then next day again, three a day. Then, sometimes it's raining money. But then I have always reminded myself, remember the days where you didn't have clients. You'll be shocked to know that there was a time where I didn't have a single customer for 3 months. Just imagine you're living in a foreign country, you're living as a freelancer, and you just don't have any customer. What do you do? The longest I think I've ever been without a customer means trickling down here and there. It has been like 6 months, and that is the most stressful period in your life. In fact, there is one person who I know. I'll not identify who the person is. When this person started, her business, she used to literally call me up every single day or send me messages. I knew her, and she said, "Loy, what will I do? I don't know whether it'll work, not work." She used to cry, and today, I think after a period of, I think, 4 years, her business has really picked up. She's making so much money, like I think 4x times what I'm making. However, what I've noticed is now she has gotten distracted. She's buying expensive cars, not cars. She's investing in jewelry. She's opening up branches. Now, I'm a person who, if you don't ask me for my advice or guidance, or I'm not going to interfere, I'm not going to give you unsolicited advice. I see her really getting overly confident, cocky, and she's appearing for TV shows and interviews and magazines. And I just feel that she's getting carried away. Now, if I had to give her one piece of advice, I would say just don't be overly confident because you just do not know when bad days come. And remember, that can happen to anyone. So never be overconfident, no matter how stable your career is, how much money you're making, you're not indispensable. Second point is the punch that knocks you down is the one you never saw coming. You must have seen in boxing, the guy's winning. All of a sudden, he just looks somewhere and back, he gets knocked out. It's always the punch you never saw coming that leaves you unprepared. Even with this example that I gave of that lady, one day she might have something that'll just hit her. I'm not saying like a physical accident. Okay, that is also there. But let's say a competitor or someone files a legal case on her. Even with me, I mean, there are so many things that can happen. You can get competition. You can get Google changing its algorithm. YouTube changes its algorithm. Maybe things. There is so much of content that is given for free online. I know people who created a PDF, who created a course online, and somebody copied all of it and distributed it for 1/10 the price. So it can really destroy you. So remember, the punch that you never saw coming can destroy you. Like especially health. Like why do you think I'm focusing on making sure that I'm fit? I am eating less and I'm fasting more because you just don't know when health can also be an issue. Number three is prepare for, even though you and I do not know what's going to happen in the future, no matter what we do, no matter how many predictions we tend to have or prepare ourselves, we just don't know what the future holds for us. But that doesn't mean you don't prepare for the future. When I was young, I used to always tell my mentor, what's the use of preparing for the future? Anyway, it's going to be unpredictable. But what he used to tell me is, even if you do not know the future, you have a game plan and you work towards that game plan. So if it does come to fruition, well, you achieved it. If it did not, at least you have something, a worthwhile goal to run towards. So always prepare for the future. And in my case, what I've always told people, even myself or my clients, you work hard today, you'll see the results after 6 months. Like when I started this journey of weight loss, initially, I kept losing weight, gaining weight, losing weight, gaining weight. I told myself when I started this journey, I'll give it 3 months. 3 months, let's see what happens. Lo and behold, I never thought in my life, my goal was only 1 kilo per month. I've lost 15, as you know, my journey. And today I'm at the lightest weight in my life at 69 kilos. So it's because I started 3 months ago. So what you prepare today, you'll see the results only after a few months. Uh, Number 4 is you have to constantly get out of your comfort zone. Let's say, example, exercise. You're able to walk 1 kilometer. Why don't you try two? 1.5, two. Let's say you are running at on a treadmill, for example. I'm just giving random examples. You're running at speed 6. Why don't you try 6.2 or 6.5? You can bench press a particular weight, let's say 20 kilos, 20, or say 20, 10 plate, 20, and the bar. So just put maybe 2, 3 kilos more. Try more repetitions. So that is exercise. Maybe learning. If you're good at typing, you, let's say, are 70 words a minute. Why don't you push for 75? You have been reading a book. You always read maybe 2 pages. Why don't you focus on 3? So it's always getting out of your comfort zone. I'm giving you silly examples, but I'm sure you know what I mean. You're in, let's say, big ones. For instance, you are in a company and you're in the same position for the last 3 years. I mean, it's high time that you really asked for a bigger position and bigger responsibility because of inflation. So if you are getting $10,000, you must, no excuses, focus on getting $12,000. You have been a senior salesperson, you have to become a sales supervisor. So get out of your comfort zone, because the comfort zone will definitely kill you. I'll tell you that. It'll destroy you eventually. Point number 5 is the one that really keeps me up awake at night. It wakes me up in the middle of the night. And I think this is the one that you should be the most alert and also fearful of. And that is fearing competition. Today's day and age, you cannot take anyone for granted. You cannot take any time of your life for granted. Let's say, for instance, you have a very successful running business. It's working very well. A restaurant, it's working very well. So many people are coming there. Well, guess what? People looking at your success, you have a successful restaurant, another guy will open maybe the same theme. Maybe another guy will open the same thing. Maybe another lady will open a different kind of a restaurant, but serving your kind of food. Maybe someone else will give a totally new cuisine. So before you had a monopoly and everyone came to you, but now they have selection. And then obviously, people, you can't stop them from trying new things. Let's say, for instance, you'll say, okay, I'm not a businessman. Okay, you're an employee. You have been working in a company. You are the number one sales guy. Then all of a sudden, one fine day, a new sales guy comes there. Then the company employs another one, because, even a company will think, I don't want, all my eggs in one basket. I don't want to be dependent only on this guy. I'll branch out. I'll find, more options. Then what happens is the company has A, U, B, and C. Now, you obviously have to be the best. Otherwise, your crown will go to somebody else, and then maybe the company will prefer him. And then when they have to cut down costs, maybe they'll get rid of you. So as a freelancer, myself, I face competition every single day. It's not just personal branding versus personal branding. It's personal branding versus, it can be spending on an iPhone, going for a vacation, going for a holiday, spending on his girlfriend, spending for fun. It can be so many things. That also is my competition, even though it's not directly linked to me, because you have, say, $1,000, you can use it on so many things. Then let's say if you're comparing me versus people in my line of work, there are, for example, I might charge 1,000. Another guy will say, okay, I'll give you the same thing what Loy is offering for 800. Third guy will say, okay, I'll give you for 500 plus I'll give you longer duration. Now, obviously, I do not know what they are offering. I do not know how good they are. But then if the customer goes ahead, maybe the customer made a mistake. Maybe the customer made the right choice. But then in the end, I suffer, right? Because the money that they had, they gave it to somebody else. And on top of that, I face another competition. Everything that I share with you online, I'm not reinventing the wheel. I'm not created or discovered this. All these knowledge providers, we give you information that is already existing in this world, but how we present it to you is a matter of customization, personalization, and a perspective. So now imagine, suppose I was mentoring someone, and that same information someone can give online for free. In fact, I get to listen to this almost every day. Loy, how much do you charge for personal branding? Let's say in terms of resume rebrand. I tell them, say $1,000. Hey Loy, what the hell, man? I can download a CV template for free. I can get all these tips from a Harvard business professor on a YouTube channel for free. This guy is very successful. He said he'll help me for free. Oh, my boss, yeah, my colleague said he will supply me with all the CVs for free. The HR head, he said, don't need to worry. We have a template. You can access this. Don't tell anyone. Or maybe he himself will get a friend who can help him get a job for free. Now, even though they're not directly linked with me, but you see my competition. You see how many options people have. So this is one thing that really keeps me awake at night. And you forget me, nobody can take this for granted. Remember, competition is always there. And if you take it for granted, then very soon you'll be irrelevant. So for me, the fear of competition is just there. And given the fact that we have a younger generation that is coming up, which is very aggressive, if you're not careful, you'll become irrelevant very soon. So point number 5, fear competition. Number 6 is be highly competitive in nature. That means learn new skills, study more, read more, get trained, whatever it takes. We sometimes, people say you have to compete with yourself. Fine, that is understood. You compete with yourself. But I think it's very important to understand that you're also competing with other people. So let's say, for example, I go to the gym, I'm every day doing 20 kilos. So if I want to compete with myself, 20 kilos to 21, fine, that's good. But then if you compete with somebody else, you're doing 20, he does 25, you'll be like, he's doing 25, let me also push. So healthy competition is always good, and always compete with other people. That'll really help you. Number 7 is be strategic. By that, I mean every single day, you need to have a plan of action for your goal every single day. For me, every day when I get up, I know what I'm going to do. I know my clients. I know my appointment schedule. I even know how many videos I have to put up. I even have planned out what videos I'll put up, what I might say. So you need to be very strategic. You can't just go blindly. Like some of my clients sometimes say, okay, what is your plan today? I don't know. I'll just do this. I'll do that. No, I tell them, listen, you need to plan out the day before, because after you wake up, you'll just waste your time. Just, it's like going on the road and driving, and I ask you where you're going, and you're like, I don't know, I'll just drive. It doesn't work that way. Number 8 is be extremely consistent. Consistency is the key. I've always told, every single day, do that one very important thing that will help you in the long run. For me, it can be reading 1 page a day, as simple as that. Can be going to the gym for a few minutes, can be putting small videos. So you have to be consistent. I even tell my clients or students, whatever, don't aim for so much perfection that you want the ultimate, the best video. Then you'll get burnt out. Don't aim for, like, even when you play a game, play to enjoy, play to have fun, play to just every day do a little bit more. Even typing, if you are improving the skill and you're stuck at 70 words, keep at it, keep at it. Eventually go to 71, eventually 72. Like, Malcolm Gladwell he's stated the principle of 10,000 hours. Longevity is the key, so consistency is very important. Last but not the least, point number 9, which I've always told people, is life is too short and too unpredictable. Don't say to yourself that only when I reach here, I'm going to be happy. Only when I marry this girl, I'll be happy. Only when I become the CEO. No. As you're going through the journey, enjoy the journey, because you do not know when life will just cut it short. So have fun each and every day. Every day, do something that you enjoy. Life need not be a struggle or a suffering path. Every day, have some fun. Have some fun. Whatever it is, whether it's your training, whether it's your education, make it fun, make it enjoyable. So if today was your last day, you really had the best fun. So that's what I tell people. So these are the 9 pieces of personal branding advice I would give myself. Let me know, what do you think? Which one resonates with you the best? And if you have any pointers, I'd love to read what you have to say. Good, bad, ugly, let me know. This is me signing off. Take care.